Hey guys, it's your main man Mike from EAKCrewProductions, and today we're going to go over telegraphing. Alright, so I'm going to use some very common situations so that you can understand what telegraphing is, but before we go into it, let me give you my definition of it. Okay, so telegraphing is when you play a certain way or certain cards which reveals to your opponent what those cards possibly are. Okay, so that's the description. Let me give you an example in case you don't understand the description perfectly. So, telegraphing is like this. A first turn, you go, oh, I have Sangin and a Torrential. With that play, I can destroy his monster and Sangin and search for what I want, which would be a 1-for-1 instead of a neg-1 on my part. Especially if he goes Magician Shark. Then it's not even a 1-for-1, it's a +1. So what you do is you set your Sangin face down and you set your Torrential face down. Now, to your opponent, it's his turn, and he looks at that. And he goes, 1 face down monster with 1 face down trap. That play is most likely such and such, Sangin Torrential. This is known by most Yu-Gi-Oh players. So maybe he will attempt to go over that. He has that MST in his hand. He'll specially use it right now. Maybe you don't have the Torrential. Maybe you just have the Sangin. Still, set monsters in general. First turn, most likely a Sangin, because it's played in every deck. I know Sangin's about to be banned, but this is just an understanding. So he has a TK in his hand. Even though he could go for a better play, maybe he summons the TK. Also, when you set just 1 trap in the back, it makes them think that 1 trap definitely gets rid of my monster. So if they have a way around it without having to summon the monster, they most likely will use the MST then. Okay, another telegraph play is Starlight Road. You draw your hand, you have Starlight Road, you have like 3 other back rows. You play all 4 at once. Your opponent is screaming in his head, oh man, he's got Starlight Road. I can't Heavy Storm him. Oh, I want to Heavy Storm him so bad. And what it does is it forces them to play around Starlight Road. Now, that's not always bad because it makes them play weaker plays and such. Instead of blowing up several cards, they only go for the ones. But it does allow them to know what one of your back row cards is. Starlight Road. So maybe they end up playing around it, it just becomes a dead card to you, and they end up beating you because they make you go neg-1 because they never trigger your Starlight Road at all. So that's where telegraphing is bad. But telegraphing also plays into things like bluffing, which we will talk about in a next segment. But I hope that you now understand what telegraphing is and what sort of plays allow players to understand your telegraph. Well, here, let's go over one more real quick. You play a monster in face-up attack mode while your opponent has a stronger monster on the board, and then you set a trap, or you set 2 traps. Your opponent is thinking 100% that one of those traps probably destroys his monster. Now, depending on the current game state, he may still attack. But what you've done is you've telegraphed that you will flip something like, let's say you played a bear, you have that trap that gives them plus 1,000, 300 to all that stay up on the field, and 700 direct. Or it makes it look like you have a lance. So, just understand that. Same thing would be if you played a Blackwing that was weaker than them, they would think you have a collude in your hand. Anyways, that's telegraphing. I'll tie it into bluffing after we go over bluffing. I'll see you guys later. That's your main man Mike from EAKCrewProductions. I hope you learned a lot. Peace.